Hey, if you liked the video, hit like. If you want to see more, subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, please head over to patreon.com.
What a maneuver!
All right, we're back at it again with another A-list deck profile. Thanks to Crown Axe for commissioning a Fire Pixie Bob deck list. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all, this one was a bit of a stumper for me. I really want to bring you something new and different with these lists while still packing them with the kind of power I think you would need to go out and represent at the highest levels of play. And Pixie Bob has some pretty well-known strategies via Reciprocal Burst and Gigantic Explosion already, but given the amount of speed and damage resets, combined with all the momentum hate being played, combined with all the five-handers who can really play around Foundation Denial, I decided to wait to see more of Set 5 being previewed to make this list. Unfortunately, we didn't get the thing Fire really needed, which was a banger zero diff to replace Stronger in Darkness. I imagine that's coming further down the pipeline in a set designed after its banning, but luckily we do have the Earth symbol for Best Genus, giving us a second playable zero diff that also helps control our rival stage a little bit. We have a really humble stat-based game with lots of speed pump to get our nasty attacks through, and Fire does offer some card choice through Calling for Backup and Latent Skill. Desperate Struggle does a lot of heavy lifting for our defense here, and truth be told, it probably goes up to a 4x. I was doing my best to keep this deck at a slim 50 because of our limited card draw, especially defensively, but getting the right ratios led me a little higher than 50. One of the only things this deck picked up from Set 5 is a Spear and a Shield, and even that might be better off as more copies of Cremation, but it is another way to get momentum on our rival's turn. It adds some nice early game defense, and it adds damage that synergizes with our character. And in testing, it has felt better when going second than Cremation has. We also have a Summon Dark Shadow because our character can play around it in some neat ways, and it can really throw the rival off when you use it, and then ready your character for more stun and damage. Now, the attack lineup is really good at getting in some nasty pokes. Arctic Conflagration shines in this deck as a stun 3 for 7 that commands early blocks. Rapid Punches plus Earth Beast Golem, our potent pokes, are very difficult to block. Pixie Bob is really good at getting a critical mass of momentum on turn 2 to be dished out later, but we can certainly have some explosive early turns with Dark Shadow Ruin and Wing Nomu threatening over 10 damage each when we press all the buttons. Lastly, Ice Storm brings the low finisher threat, the deadlock threat, and it's a breaker too. This is definitely an aggro deck. It is gonna look to pounce on your rival early with stuns and Foundation Denial, tick up speed from lots of different sources, and then by turn 3 hopefully cash in all that juicy momentum for attacks that are incredibly difficult to deal with. You're definitely going to need a sideboard plan for decks that really like to have momentum. You can pick your poison between Exploding Pride and Bad Guy Roundup. You also need a plan for games where you can easily find your rival going to deadlock, where your stun and your D build gets less important. And Prehensile Tail helps hate on momentum and can make Bad Guy Roundup a powerful 2 throw. You'll need a plan for going first versus going second, probably through your action slots. You know, the aforementioned Spear and Shield versus Cremation. The sideboard will definitely have to be a personalized thing for matchups that you care about, but this is a deck that has some obvious flaws with not a lot of counterplay to it, and I think that's okay. Just recognize where your power swings come from, and you should be able to blow your rival away with lightning fast moves and leave their entire stage stunned. Thanks for checking the video out. Leave a like if you like the deck, subscribe if you want to see more, and check out the Patreon if you want your own A-list deck to be profiled on the channel.